Welcome back to the Randomizer! Yeah, this series has not made an appearance on my channel in quite some time. I have been longing to return to this series, and it is finally back, possibly for good, this time. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with my Randomizer series, this is basically a series in which I play 3 random games, which is not unlike what some other Let's Players do on YouTube. But it's basically a series where I go on the internet, it's usually just random websites at this point, no website in particular, and on these various websites, I try to find 3 random games that really piqued my curiosity and just review them in a video. It's a pretty simple premise for a series, honestly, but I do have at least one criteria that these games have to meet in order to qualify for being shown off in the series. It doesn't matter what genre the games are, or even the quality, really. They just have to be free to play. They can contain microtransactions if they so desire, that's perfectly fine, but the base game itself has to be free to play or free to download. That game can even be from Steam, it really doesn't matter, as long as it's free. Now, even though I refer to this series as the Randomizer, some of these episodes have been centered around various themes, and today's episode is no exception actually, because it is a themed episode. The main theme this time is that all of the games I'm going to be covering in this video were made by the same developer. In this instance, that developer is ABA Games, also known as Kenta Cho. Now, some of my longtime viewers are probably well aware that I have covered a lot of Kenta Cho's games on my channel. I've covered pretty much every single shoot 'em up that he's ever released, which is like 15 games, I think. But I have mentioned in previous videos that Kenta Cho has developed way more games than just that, and shoot 'em ups are not the only thing he's created either. I mentioned in the Gear Toy Gear and Mazer Mayhem video that I uploaded last year that Kenta Cho has also released a variety of browser-based games, and I also pointed out the fact that in 2014 alone, he had created 50 of these kinds of games. And today, I am finally going to be checking out a few of those browser-based games. Now keep in mind that I do not plan on playing every single browser-based game that he released in 2014. I'm not playing through all 50 of them, but I did take the time recently to sift through a few of them, and there were quite a few that caught my attention. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing off at least 3 of those games. This has kind of become a tradition on my channel at this point, in which every single year I dedicate at least one video specifically to some of the really interesting and unique indie games that Kenta Cho has created. In 2017, I dedicated an entire video to some of his other browser-based games, which were LA2, Lee's Best Room, and Dinjin. I still don't know how to pronounce the damn title of that game. And in 2018, I of course did the Gear Toy Gear and Mazer Mayhem video. So for 2019, we're going to be taking a look at some more browser-based games that he released. These are by far the most recent ones that he's made. These were all developed in 2014, and I have been playing a lot of Kenta Cho's older games throughout the history of this channel, so I think it's about time I checked out some of the more recent works that he's put out. So the first game we're going to start with today is something called Environ. So the goal of Environ is that you need to try and erase all of these squares that you see in the background. You can place down red squares yourself, and you have to try and enclose these purple and beige squares with the red squares that you are given. So essentially, you have to trap them within your red squares. You can't just build around them and fill up the screen, because that's most likely going to get you killed. You can't let any of the squares get to the bottom of the screen, otherwise you will die. And the more spacious that your enclosed area is, the more points you'll receive. However, you need to create enclosed spaces around the purple and beige squares, because if you do it with your own red squares, you won't get any points. Alright, so here we are in the actual game. This game is kind of difficult to describe, admittedly, so I'm gonna try and give you maybe a little bit of a better rundown when I actually begin playing it. Okay, well, I'm already screwing this up right here. Yeah, so you don't earn any points by creating enclosed spaces around your red squares. Okay, wait a minute, I'm saving myself here. Hang on, just delete all this garbage. The objective here is to try and get as many points as possible, so we have to create, like, spaces around these red squares. Like, you see how it creates an enclosed space right there, and then I get points? Yeah, so for all of the tiles that you're able to enclose, then you'll get points for that, and I just died. Okay, how about we try that again? Let's try and do that a little bit better this time. So right here, I can create, like, a little space right here. There we go, so I get points for that. And then what I can try doing is... Okay, that thing exploded on its own. I did absolutely nothing there. So we create, like, this little enclosed space right here. Then we get points, and we also got, like, a fairly large multiplier. Yeah, we need to try and clean some stuff up as well, because we can't leave any of these, red squares lying around. Otherwise, we're gonna, like... Well, we're gonna screw ourselves over. Oh god, we are about to screw ourselves over again. Get some stuff out of here. Oh my god, we need to go. We need to go, boys and girls. Oh god, I don't think there's any saving this. Oh god, when it's yellow, you can't place it. God. Yeah, this game is also kind of difficult, admittedly. And I do believe the actual shapes, like the tetromino shapes right here, are randomized. So this game is different every single time you play it. The shapes that you receive are random every single time. There we go. That was a good... chain right there. Yeah, so basically the bigger that the space is, then you'll earn more points for it. Okay, well you can't do that because like there needs to be like actual air right here, okay? Like empty space within the formation that you've built here. I don't know if I'm giving like a very good description of this, but you see what's happening, right? You have to build around here. You have to create empty spaces because that's the only way they'll explode. So I could, like, try going around here, for instance. Okay, I might just need to blow this up right now. Yeah, this game is very difficult, admittedly. Mostly due to the random nature of it all. So, place some stuff right here. The shapes that you receive are also completely random as well. Oh, God. Oh, God, that didn't destroy the beige square. But I still got a better score that time. 284 points. Unfortunately, this is not like Kentacho's other games where it saves your score. I don't believe it has, like, leaderboards or anything. So, it does just remove your score. Well, I mean, it doesn't remove your score, but it just doesn't save it. Here we go. I'm gonna try and delete some stuff right here. Just get rid of some square. Oh god, I'm just making more of a mess. I'm making more of a mess by doing this. But you will notice that I am not getting any points for destroying the red squares. That's awarding me nothing. But I need to try and delete all of this bull crap, because I'm gonna just end up screwing myself over. I can't push it like that, or I can't place it down there like that. Oh god. Oh good lord. Okay, can I rotate this at all? I'm not sure if I can or not. There's just stuff exploding on top again, just on its own. Yeah, sometimes it also says divided by 2. I don't know if that's because, again, you're placing too many red squares. Oh my god. Okay, wait, why did I just place a red square, like, immediately after I spawned? Wait, this is not how I want this to go. Oh god, this is not at all how I want anything to go. What am I doing right now? I don't even know. Here, I'm just gonna reset. Let's try that again. Build around this right here. Wait. We need to get the space a little bit bigger, I think. Yes, we need to go just slightly bigger. There we go. Wow, we got a 5 times multiplier from that. I got a whole slew of points. 720. But yeah, you can see how exactly this game works, right? You place down some shapes. Yeah, see? The bigger the area, then the more points you'll receive. It's kind of like Tetris in a way. I guess it's more like Tetris and Chime. Kind of like a combination of those two games. Obviously, there's Tetris elements here, because a lot of these blocks, or a lot of these squares, are forming tetromino shapes. Very abstract tetromino shapes. But it's also kind of like Chime, because you can just place the tetrominos anywhere you want. But unlike Chime, you're not trying to form quads, you are just trying to completely destroy these blocks right here. And in order to destroy them, you have to leave space. See, like all of this empty space right here, and then we just close it, yeah, and then all the tiles that are empty, they get converted into points, and then the squares will explode, thereby destroying them. Kind of like this right here. There we go. I don't know why I got it divided by 2. Yeah, I got a 2x division for whatever reason. Oh god, okay, well, there's no saving me. Yeah, there was no coming back from that. I don't believe you are able to rotate these tetrominos. I could be wrong, though, but I don't believe I am. I think the only controls in this game are the arrow keys and the spacebar to actually place down the tetrominoes. The WASD keys do work as well. Hang on a second. Hang on a minute. I see an opportunity. I see a gigantic opportunity right here. There we go. Well, actually, that didn't give me as many points as I thought it would. This right here is clearly a sideways cross, which I guess is appropriate because it is Easter weekend at the time I'm recording this. So I guess that's kind of appropriate. Okay, there we go. There's some good points right there. Some good points right there. I can't even speak right now. Okay, that didn't close it. Close it like that. There we... Okay, that's... Wait, what am I doing right now? You need to close right here. There we go. I wasn't expecting that to explode immediately. I thought there was like another space that I had to fill in. There we go. 3 times 1. I'm probably gonna die. Yeah. Yeah, it is very difficult because you need to like... You need to make sure that nothing is at the bottom of the screen. So this can be very, very, very hard at times. Oh god. Well, I was hoping to have like all of these purple squares explode immediately. So let's try and do that. How about I try building something around the beige square right here? Will this give me something? Maybe that's what gives me the x2 multiplier. Maybe the beige squares are the ×2 multipliers. I have no idea, but I'm just, like, dying over and over. Hang on. I want to confirm that theory, actually. Close it like this, and like that. Okay, yeah, that's definitely giving me the ×2 multiplier. So you want to destroy those beige squares, because they will give you even more points, because of the multipliers. And yeah, that's about everything there is to say regarding this game, guys. Oh, I got ×2 and divided by 2, so it just basically canceled out the x2 multiplier, so there wasn't even any point. Here, I'll destroy this. There we go, that just gave me an x2 that time. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about Environ, guys. It's basically like Tetris and Chime. You're just trying to destroy blocks, or you're trying to... I don't know why I keep calling them blocks. A block is a 3D shape. Squares are not. It's about as bad as the time I always used to refer to squares as cubes. But you guys know what I meant to say, okay? You guys know exactly what I meant to say. I at least like the fact that it scrolls very slowly, so you can actually take the time to see what exactly it is you're doing here. I got a bunch of beige squares. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, we need to close some stuff. There we go. So that way, that'll get destroyed. I need to go to the bottom right here. No, it's not closed. Hang on a second. There we go. Okay, well, I'm gonna die anyway. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to say about this one here, guys. It is still pretty fun, though. Due to the random nature of the game, though, it can be very difficult. And not only that, but you can also wind up in situations where the blocks just sort of destroy themselves. There I go, referring to them as blocks again. Yeah, you can sometimes wind up in situations where the squares will destroy themselves just because of how they've been generated. So, all the levels here are procedurally generated, and there aren't really levels at all, because the game is endless as far as I know. You just have to destroy stuff, build stuff, at the same time, until you eventually succumb to your own stupidity, pretty much. That's the entire point of Environ. Like, you can do this right here, where you just die instantly, so I mean, it's definitely dangerous. You can just drop your pieces to the very bottom of the screen and just, like, end yourself instantly, so it basically lasts until you make one stupid mistake, and then, yeah, you're pretty much done. Oh my god, x3 multiplier. Because I destroyed 3 of them. There we go. Trap it, and then I get the multiplier. Even though there was only like 1 beige square in there. So there wasn't really that much of a point to doing that. Oh, I can actually scroll it up. Okay, I can force it to scroll up if I wanted to move faster. I see. I see how that works. Well, I scrolled up a bit too far because I didn't realize there was a purple square at the bottom. Yeah, but that's pretty much all there is to say about Environ, guys. I could just play this all day, honestly. But I'm not going to because we need to move on here. We need to talk about the 2 other games that are on this list, or this video today. We need to give those games a chance to shine, you know, give them a chance to, step into the limelight. So you know what? We're just gonna move on now. But that is Environ, so still a pretty neat little game. But we're gonna move on to the next one here. So the next game on this list is called Figure of 8. This one is actually very reminiscent of a shoot-'em-up, which is what Kenta Cho became known for, you know, in the early days of his career. So I am at least glad to see him returning to this genre after a really long time. Now, Figure of 8 is not an ordinary shoot-'em-up. The premise of this game is that you are in control of a ship, that you're not really in control of at all because the ship moves on its own, and as the title would insinuate, the ship is constantly making a figure-8 movement. So what exactly are you supposed to do if you can't control the ship itself? Well, you do have a bit of control over the ship. You can make it slow down by pressing the control key, I believe. I think it's the control key. It's either control or spacebar, I already don't remember. And you can still fire your weapons to destroy the enemy ships, so like most bullet hell shoot-em-ups, just try not to get hit in the center, and you'll survive. Let's get started here then. Yeah, click and touches to slow down. Oh yeah, the ship actually fires automatically, that's right. And you can also obtain these little red orbs in order to gain points. It kind of reminds me of Parsec 47 in a way, which was one of Kenta Cho's older shoot-em-ups. So yeah, very reminiscent of that game, but you also— oh my god, that was way too close for comfort. But yeah, you also— okay, well, I'm already dead. You also earn points for destroying the enemies as well, but that only awards you 10 points. You want to pick up these little red orbs, which grant you 100 points, so that way you can get a much bigger score much more quickly. And I mean, that's pretty much the entire premise of the game. There are some circumstances in which you can kind of just let the ship do whatever it wants, but not right there because it just ran straight into a bullet. Yeah, so the bullets themselves are also kind of shaped like figure eights, or at least that's what I assume they're supposed to be shaped like. They're like double-ended here. They're binary bullets. They have like two objects attached to each other. I don't know. Oh wait, actually no, that gave me 300. Oh, I see. So you have to destroy the giant ships. Those— oh wait, no, that gave me 500. Okay, so I guess maybe it's like the giant ships, or there's some sort of multiplier. I have no idea. I got a lot of points there, 3,520, which is a lot better than what I was able to do off screen. So that's very good. That's always a nice little improvement right there. Always good to try and improve your score, even though it's not going to save your score, because I don't think any of Kenta Cho's browser-based games actually save your score, at least not the ones that he made in 2014. So it is definitely nice to see ABA Games diving back into this realm after a very long time. I'm not sure if this is like the most recent shoot-em-up he has made. I also wanted to make this video to show people that Kenta Cho is not only known for creating shoot-em-ups, I mean, he's created a lot of different kinds of games before, like he's dived into other genres in the past. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video today, just to show people that shoot-em-ups are not the only thing that Kenta Cho has ever made. Although to be honest, I kind of would have liked it if, you know, he could just create a shoot-em-up where I did actually have control over the ship itself. Like, I'm still waiting for the day when ABA Games will finally create, like, another fully fledged shoot-em-up, like Tourist Trooper, or R Rootage, or Parsec 47, because I don't think he's created any of those kinds of shoot-em-ups since Gear Toy Gear, and that came out back in 2009. So I don't really have too much else to say about this one here, guys. The ship is just firing on its own, and it's firing like a barrage of bullets, as are the enemies, though. I think the game does get a lot more difficult after a while, and the enemy patterns are randomized, but that's not unlike Kenta Cho's other shoot-em-ups, because the bullet patterns in those games were randomized, as were the enemy patterns themselves, or the enemy spawning. So I don't really have too much else to say about this one, honestly. So you know what? I think we're actually just going to move on. That's figure of 8, guys. Your ship moves in a figure 8 direction. You can tell it to slow down. Also, it's not control. It is actually the left mouse button. You hold it. But can you press spacebar? Okay, no, spacebar and control don't actually work. Okay, so never mind. I'm just an idiot. Out of curiosity, does right-click do anything? Okay, right-click actually slows down the ship as well, but then it causes, yeah, this little thing to appear on the screen. I don't want to save an image. What image am I even saving here anyway? There is no image being displayed on the screen. It's an HTML5 game. Yeah, so that's really all there is to say about that. There is also the source code here for Figure of 8, but I assume Kenta Cho probably took this from a different source. I'm assuming he used this source code as the basis for Figure of 8, unless he compiled the source code himself, in which case I just don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and I should probably move on to the next game now. So the last game I'm gonna cover here is called Prominent Mountain. Now this is personally my most favorite game out of the bunch that I showed you guys today. So in this game, there's a car that is being controlled automatically by the game itself, or it's essentially moving on its own. Your objective is to keep the car out of harm's way. The only real obstacles that you need to avoid are the red walls that will appear every now and again on the mountain, like these ones that you're seeing right here actually. You need to avoid these red walls. And these red walls will also be placed on random locations on the screen. Now, your car will drive across the mountain, and you can actually change the shape of the mountain by moving your cursor over it. You'll notice that the shape of the terrain is changing as I'm moving my cursor over it. So you can kind of terraform the landscape almost, and you can use this to make the car avoid the red walls. So if you want to avoid this red wall right here, just build the mountain upwards. Just like this, you can raise it upwards and the car will just sort of snap to the top of the mountain. As long as it's running into green terrain, then the car won't get destroyed. You can create these like giant walls of terrain right here, and if the car ends up colliding into the side of it, it just sort of snaps upwards to the top of the terrain, so it won't actually get destroyed. It only gets killed if it runs into a red wall, so let's actually start playing right here. And also, the way to get points in this game is to make the car get some sick airtime. That's what you gotta do. Yeah, see, you gotta drop down, and the car is actually, yeah, it's moving extremely fast, so you need to have quick reflexes here. So you can kind of like do this. Yeah, you need to make it get some airtime in order to get points. So you can kind of just make it drop down right here in order to get a lot of points. You can just raise it up. Yeah, it just kind of launches the car up in the air like that. Like I stated before, this is personally my most favorite game out of the bunch, because it's just really fun, man, you know. It requires quick reflexes, which I apparently do not possess. Again, the random nature of the game is what makes it difficult. I don't think it's possible to drop it off the bottom of the screen, though. Oh god, wait, go upwards. Yeah, and if you want to make the car accelerate, you have to keep it on flat terrain, otherwise it will slow down. I have no clue what happened there, but that was some pretty good airtime. Yeah, so the longer it stays in the air, the more points you will be able to get. But as I was trying to say, I don't think it's possible to drop the car off the bottom of the screen, because you can kind of make like little gaps like this, but I think it just stays at the bottom. So I don't think there's any way to like make the car drop off the screen or anything. There's some weird physics anomalies that can occur when you do this though. Like when you're creating these giant walls, these giant 90-degree vertical walls that can somehow scale. Yeah, kind of like that. I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, you just create like a little wall in the center right here, and it just shoots upwards. I don't know why it does that. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have built the mountain down there, because I didn't know there was going to be another red wall that suddenly appeared. Oh god. Okay. Oh god. Please. All right. Fine. It's just launching an all-out assault on me now. It knows my strategy here. It knows what I'm doing. But yeah, this game is really fun, man. I almost ran right into that. This game is really fun despite its simplicity. I mean, you don't control the car at all. It would be kind of interesting if maybe you could control both the car and the mountain itself, like the terrain, but yeah, it's still a really neat little game here. This one I could definitely play all day, though. Guide a car along, get it some airtime, like try to give it some airtime so you can actually earn points, earn all the points, and also take advantage of the game's incredibly wonky physics, use it to your advantage so you can earn all the points. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, there we go. Wow, that was actually really well planned out. I made it jump over the wall. Yeah, because you can also terraform the mountain in front of the car, not just near it. So you can also use that as a viable strategy as well. Yeah, this game's just really fun, man. I love this to death. Even though it's like so simple, it's just so immensely satisfying to play, because it reminds me of all these like early browser-based games that I used to play as a kid. I still love playing these even to this day, so this is really neat. I really do like this one. But yeah, definitely play Prominent Mountain if you're willing to give any of Kenta Cho's browser-based games a shot. Absolutely play this. I highly recommend this one in particular, because it's just so much fun despite its simplicity. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic, and I love it to death. But other than that, guys, I think this is where I'm actually going to leave the video here. I don't really have anything more I wish to discuss regarding these games. I should have moved out of the way, but I didn't. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say regarding any of the games that I showed off today. These are just some really simple browser-based games, and these are all made in Flash as well, except for Figure of 8, which is an HTML5 game. I don't really know what else to say other than that. Oh my god, that okay, well that was... I didn't expect it to just fall onto the top of the wall. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Here, get some airtime, there we go. Look at that. You can get all the points from doing that. Yeah, this game is just immensely fun, man, but I'm gonna stop wasting your guys' time and just leave the video here. So definitely play Prominent Mountain, but also be sure to give Environ and Figure of 8 a shot as well, because they're definitely interesting too. Environ, you just kind of have to, like, I don't know, destroy tetrominoes and create like open spaces so that the Tetrominoes can actually get destroyed. I still don't know how to describe it. It's like extremely difficult to describe what that game actually is. And Figure of Eight, well, it's a shoot 'em up from Kentacho, so you know it's good. Even though this one is a lot more simple and admittedly more bare bones. But I'm at least glad to see that ABA Games has not forgotten what made him famous in the first place, at least amongst indie developers anyway. I'm just gonna leave this video here because I have absolutely nothing else to say, but let's just see. Okay, never mind, I already died. Yeah, you can also accidentally crush it up against the bottom of the wall as well. Anyway, the links are in the description if you want to play these games. Okay, I guess it doesn't always snap to the top of the mountain. I guess the car needs to be moving fast enough to actually, like, snap upwards to the top of the mountain. Oh, okay. Well, I could probably fix that. Okay, yep, that didn't give me any points for some reason. Well, I got no points that time, because I just blow all the balls. Okay, whatever, I'm gonna stop screwing around now, guys. That's the end of the video. The video's done now, so stop watching it, and go play some of Kentacho's browser games, because they're absolutely a blast to play. They're phenomenal. As are most of his games. But anyway, thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video I make. Later!